Welcome back to Black Ribbon Stitch Studio. My name is Denise. Today is Sunday, July 19th, and this is Flosstube number 44. Now, I normally don't say what day it is, but I thought I would do that today for some reason. If you're new here, this is a channel about cross stitch, although I will sometimes throw in some crochet, sewing, and hopefully one of these days knitting, but we can talk about that at another time. Except that I do want to say that I did promise myself that I was going to learn how to knit this year, and it's July and I haven't done that yet, but that's okay. Let's see. I want to give my condolences to everyone who has been affected by the passing of Barb Adams of Blackbird Designs. That was a great loss to the cross-stitch community, as well as Marilyn Vredevelt of Stoney Creek. I do believe that Marilyn was the founder of Stoney Creek. And so we have experienced a couple of pretty sad losses in the community this past month. So my condolences go out to everyone affected by that. I hope you enjoyed your July 4th celebrations. We absolutely did nothing. And that's okay. Sometimes that's just what we prefer. My stepdaughter in Raleigh did have a birthday party. She turned 46 this year. If you've been with me for a while, you will remember that last year she was very, very ill. She spent several months in the hospital. All of this during the pandemic. It was a very rocky road. She is doing so much better now. She's at home. And because she missed her milestone 45th birthday, she decided that she wanted to do an all-out celebration. And so she had a party at the University Club in Durham, and we went and we had a fabulous time. Everything about it was perfect. But I have to tell you guys, one of the highlights for me was we played a game. It was sort of an icebreaker game, and everyone had to close their eyes, and we were trying to count from 1 to 20, one by one. So you could imagine how funny that was. But the funniest part for me was when someone said 1, and then 2, and then the next person said 4, and I'm like, you're a cross stitcher, because oh my gosh, we can't count, okay? So that's the first thing that came to my mind, was that, okay, that's how we get off count. We go 1, 2, 4. So it was a lot of fun. We had so much fun just being together and sharing in that celebration. So I'm going to show you guys my basket. Here's the basket, guys. Look at all of this stuff we have to talk about today. I have some whips, some more sales, a haul, and a unicorn. So get your stitching and let's go ahead and get started. Now, I have lots of new viewers. Hi, welcome. And I just want to explain how I do comments, because I read every single comment. But when I'm doing a giveaway, I have a tendency to simply heart the comments that are entering the giveaway. So I don't necessarily comment back. So I don't want you to think that it's just because I don't want to comment back. It's because long time ago, I was told that if you comment back on comments, it sort of messes up the thing with the random comment picker. I don't know how true that is, but I just don't want to mess it up. So I heart those comments, but I thought it was important for me to let you know I am reading your comments, and I do appreciate them. Lots of you had so many great autumn comments where you included the word autumn in your comment for last week's giveaway. They were a joy to read. Thank you guys. There were also a lot of comments on finishing fabric using zigzag stitches, because I was talking about how I had so many strings hanging out on one of my projects. And yes, guys, that's normally how I will finish off my edges on my project. I haven't done it on this particular project still. You'll see that in a minute. But part of it is laziness. Okay. And another thing is that there's a lot of, I'm using a big piece of fabric on this. And I do want to wait until I get to a certain part so that I can cut the fabric down. I guess, when you to know for sure that you have the right amount of fabric, or, you know what we go through. So when I get to that part and I cut the fabric down, I then will go ahead and zigzag my edges. But thank you for those suggestions. Lots of people showed appreciation for the stitch alongs and the free charts that I share, and I will continue to do that. And a lot of you also are really looking forward to the possibility of going to StitchCon next year, which I am really looking forward to myself. And I really hope that we can all make it there, because, oh my gosh, to meet in person, I'm sure there's nothing better. There's nothing better than to actually be able to meet in person and sit and stitch. So, a lot of you also gave me some ideas of where I can get a cone of the DMC 310. I still haven't done that. Frugal me. I have it in my cart. I just haven't pressed the button yet. And there was a lot of color conversion help. As I told you guys that I was going to do my own color conversion on Dreaming of Klimt. And I do appreciate those suggestions as well. So thank you guys. I love you all. And so let's see what other comments we have here. It's kind of humid. All my papers are sticking together. Okay. So Kristen said that she loves all of the stuff I'm working on, and she needs to find the design by Barbara Anna. And I think I just fell in love with something else she just came out with, which is called Sea Dandelion or something like that. So I let Kristen know that I purchased all of my Barbara Anna designs from creativepoppy.com, and I will link them below. Also, Christy chimed in and let Kristen know that the pattern that Kristen is talking about, the Sea Dandelion pattern, is in the 2021 summer edition of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitching. So thank you, Christy, for chiming in. And I do appreciate you guys helping other viewers out in the comments. It's precious. I didn't know that that's where that pattern or chart could be found. So I really appreciate that. What else do we have? Okay, so Dawn is also stitching the Christmas Eve sampler. She's stitching it on Sky Blue by Bestitch Me. She's using Madeira silk for the black, which she got on clearance at Stoney Creek for 25 cents a pack. I have to look into that. And she's using Petite Treasure braid for the gold, working from the bottom up. And she posted a photo of it in the Black Ribbon Stitch Studio group on Facebook, and it looks beautiful. She also suggested that I check out Sullivan's for the cone of black floss. She suggested I check out Sullivan's on My Notions, and it seems to be thicker and provides better coverage than DMC. So I've also heard that about Anchor. So I think all of this is, contributing to the fact that I haven't yet gone ahead and clicked the button to purchase that cone of 310. Holly said that she ordered the mini cones of floss from Joann's, and that's where I have it. I think that's what I have in my cart. The mini floss, the mini cone, and there are 450 meters, and they're less expensive than buying the 100-gram cone from DMC. So I'm keeping that in mind as well. And then, excuse me, regarding the Dreaming of Clint color conversion, she says that I might want to take a look at Dreaming Frida. And that if I start with DMC 758 and 3778 for my two lighter colors, it wouldn't be as hard to go darker for the second half of the face. Look, I love it. Thank you so much, Harley, for that. And as I said, thank you guys for your comments and suggestions. I totally appreciate it. And not to mention, I just totally appreciate chatting with you guys in the comments as well. So, are you ready for the giveaway winner from last week's giveaway? She is not going to believe this because she has won a couple of giveaways previously, but she always watches, she always comments, and so I promise you I use the YouTube random comment picker. And so the giveaway from last week was Autumn Alphabet by Willow Hill Samplings. And the winner is, drum roll please, Karen Dean. Yes, Karen, I have your address, and I'm just going to simply put this in the mail for you. Thank you so much to everyone who participates in the giveaways. I really, really enjoy doing this as a way to thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And Karen, I will get that in the mail for you. Hopefully this week. Life. Oh boy. Okay. So we're going to move on into whips now. And I worked a bit on my new month, new start for the month of July, which is Dreaming of Klimt. that we were just talking about by Barbara Anna. And I must tell you guys, I only worked on it another day, not even. It's really not that much progress, but there is some progress. And I believe that this is the right way up. Okay. Oh, please. All right. Here you go. This is how far I've gotten. I only gave myself a couple of days to work on it. But I do like the way the colors are mixing there. And I really do like this fabric. This is being stitched on 20 count vintage country mocha Ada with the called for DMC. I love it. I think it's really, this is enjoyable. I'm going to be looking forward to getting back to this because, yeah, that's kind of pretty. So that's Dreaming of Klimt. Wow. It would probably help if I showed you what it's going to look like when it's done. Here it is. So pretty, so pretty. And as I said, I'm going to do my own color conversion here for the face. Of course, I will be taking tips from other places on how to get that to look like I want it to look. So that's that one. I also stitched a bit more on Flea Market Flowers, which was a stitch along with the Backwater Shop. And I stitched on this, excuse me, a little bit each day, just like a string of floss each day until July 7th. And here it is, my progress. The thing, I cannot believe that I still have not finished this flower, guys. I still haven't finished. But I'm going to tell you what I think is one good thing about continuing to start some of these projects is that I know that when I pull this back out, I'll be putting full days of stitching into it. So this is how far I've gotten. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And again, looking forward to getting back to it and putting some more days of stitching into it. And this is being done with all of the called for. All of the call for DMC. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Mr. Ribbon needed to know what the internet password was. Okay. So, I tell you, life is funny. Okay, so, yes, I am looking very much forward to getting some more stitches into this. I'm trying to figure out what it is I'm stitching it on. And I forgot that I use very consistently the project tracker that I got from S Word Designs on Etsy. And so I am stitching this on 25 count Lugana in the colorway Barley. And as I said, it's with all of the called for DMC, which I have here on this. But I do have to ask you guys a question. Here's a question for you. I love these colors. I love these colors. And this is just the colors that I've used so far. The question I have for you guys is, if you put your DMC on floss rings, floss, these things. What is it called? A floss keeper. Okay. What do you do with your floss once you're done your project? What do you do with your leftover floss? Do you bobbinate it? And if you do bobbinate it, how do you do it with the fact that all of these are now, it's not one continuous string of floss? I'm just curious about that because it kind of bothers me that I have to do something with the floss once I'm done with the project. So just chime in and let me know how you deal with that, because I'm not at all sure. I'm not at all sure what to do with that. But I do like my floss keeper. So that was Flea Market Flowers by Fat Corn Shop. Love it. Love it. Make sure I have everything back in my bag. Okay, the next thing that I worked on was the True Colors Pride Sale that was hosted by Clay Edwards and Stitch Life magazine. And this is what it's going to look like when it's done. And of course, that comes from Cyndi Lauper's song. And here is my progress. And I am, again, I'm using the called for DMC on this project. I originally wanted to substitute some of the colors from my stash, but I actually couldn't find anything that I wanted to stitch this project with in my stash. So I went ahead and I ordered the called for, and I like the way that that's turning out. And again, it's going to be good to get back to it so I could put some actual full days of time in it. I did this one again with about approximately a strand of floss each day during the month of June into July. Again, project tracker, I stitched on it 3 days in July, so, and 3 days in June. So there is that, and it's being stitched on 16 count white Aida, which I must tell you guys, I really do enjoy stitching on Aida for projects that I feel like I want to get done with quickly, because it just makes the stitching go so much faster. And I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that in a minute, I hope, if I can remember. How about that? Also, I worked on my focus piece was the Christmas Eve Sampler by Joan Elliott. This is what it's gonna look like when it's done. Oh, it's just so pretty. And I'm going to insert a picture here where I was the last time I showed it to you. And guys, you can't believe how much I got done on this. I am so proud of myself. I got so much stitching done on this. And here we are. Here it is now. Will you look at that beauty? This is a page finish. Plus, I've moved on to the second page. And once I finish the second page, I'm going to go ahead and put the Kreinik in. Now, I was thinking about going ahead and moving this over to a Q-snap. But I decided not to. I'm going to continue to use my hoop because of the chronic. I don't want to mess up the chronic, and I feel like I have more control of the placement with my hoops. This is a beauty. It's a beauty. And the good part about it is that I still get to stitch on it for 3 more days. I hope I get a second page finish in that 3 days. That would be totally awesome. I am almost to the part where I get to stitch this big tree. That will be something. I am going to enjoy that immensely. Stitched on 16 count Aida, just using, not 16, 14 count Aida, using DMC 310 floss. So, I got some happy mail. I got happy mail from my good friend Barbara, who, she's just a trooper. She's always watching. Hi, Barbara. And she loves to send postcards. I love to receive them. I love to respond. And so here's the latest that she sent me. And you know what, guys? I totally can envision this as a full coverage stitch. It's going to be so cute when I put it up there on my wall. I love it. Thank you, Barbara. And then Karen, yes, the very same Karen, who, as I said, has won a couple of giveaways, sent me this really cute card. Will you look at that? Just to say thank you. You didn't have to do that, Karen, but I so appreciate it. And it's going on the wall as well. It's just adorable. You look at that teddy bear. It's adorable. Absolutely adorable. So thank you, guys. I really do appreciate it. It makes me very happy to hear from you. Let's see. Now, let me show you guys a couple of free downloads that I found during this past couple of weeks. The first one is called Bees from Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. And I'm showing you the whole chart because it is a free chart. And you can go on Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting's blog, which I will link below. She's got lots and lots of free charts on there. I know you guys are gonna love some of them. It's just awesome that she makes these available for us. And I'm going through a bee phase, especially since I finished my little bee pillow. I need some more bees to go with it. And so I've been collecting bee charts like crazy. Because here's one from the Blackberry Rabbit, which I got from their website. And it is Be Well. All of these are going to go so nicely together. I'm loving it. And I will put the link their website below as well. Now, Hands-On Design did something really interesting. They have they're working on a series called The Kitchen Counter. You may have seen the first one that is out now. Kathy is a genius. There's a logo to represent the series that she is putting together. And people said that they wanted to stitch the logo. And so what did she do? She gave us a free chart so we could stitch the logo, which is so cute. It's the Kitchen Counter, which is the name of the series, but you can replace counter with table if you want. That is so cute. That is just so cute. And I love the colors that are in here as well. So those are the free charts that I have for you guys to go in and download. I'll put all the links below. Now we're going to move into haul. Guys, it's a unicorn. It's a unicorn. I won this from Kelly at Don't Run With Scissors. I'll put a link to her YouTube channel below. And I used to own this chart. And I never got around to stitching it. And then I lost it in a move. But I've never stopped wanting it. I've never stopped looking for it. And as you can imagine, it's out of print. So as you can imagine, when you do find it, the cost of it is outrageous. I believe, I'm not absolutely certain, but I do believe that there is a group on Facebook all about this chart. So Kelly from Don't Run With Scissors is stitching this with some changes. And Pam of Pam and Steph, Just Keep Stitching, is also stitching this, but she's stitching it the original way. Let me go ahead and show you my unicorn chart. Ready? It's the Monopoly board. Oh my gosh. I am so excited to have this in my hands again, guys. I am just over the moon about this. I was so excited when I won. I couldn't stop talking about it. I told everybody, whether they wanted to hear it or not, that I won this Monopoly chart. Now, as I said, Kelly from Don't Run With Scissors is stitching this, but she's changing the properties to things that have to do with music, because she's stitching it for her son, and her son is very much into music. So I thought that was great. And then Pam of Just Keep Stitching is stitching it exactly as it's laid out, which is what I'm going to do. But she is also, I believe that her fabric is representative of the very first Monopoly board that came out, which had a greenish hue to it. So I'm going to have to go back and watch that video so I can figure out what fabric she's using, because I do believe that's what I want to do on mine. I don't know when I'm going to start stitching it, guys, but I am ecstatic about having this chart. Kelly, thank you, thank you, thank you. And she also added a couple of little things in for me, a little bookmark to stitch on, and a really cute charm. Can you see that? So, yeah, I'm ecstatic. I can't even believe that I have this chart in my hands again. And you better believe I'm going to guard it. I'm going to guard it with my life. So thank you for that. Let's see. Now, I was scrolling on Facebook, looking at people's cross stitch, because that's what you do, right? And someone posted a picture that caused me to purchase this book, which is A Cross Stitcher's Oriental Odyssey by none other than Joan Elliott. Okay. I bought it from Thrift Books because that's where I buy my books whenever I can find them there. And I can't wait to get started on some of these. Let me tell you a little bit about, first let me show you the chart that caught my eye. And I just thought it was just the most beautiful thing ever. And it is part of the 4 elements, okay? And it was this one that represents longevity. And it has blue violets, which I love. And I'm simply in love with this. I'm in love with it. Now, about this book, I was very excited to get this book, and when I looked inside of it, I was blown away, because Joan Elliott did such a great job of writing an introduction which actually explains what the artwork is about. So it's not something that you just like jump into because it's pretty, which means a lot to me, because I like to know that I am stitching good representations of a culture. I don't want to stitch anything that's going to be offensive in any way. I want to honor that culture when I stitch something from that culture. And this introduction just goes on and on. And I appreciate that so much. And I cannot wait. What I'm going to absolutely do is I'm absolutely going to figure out, which I couldn't figure out at first run through. I'm going to try to figure out what I want to stitch on first. Look at I don't know whether to start with the ladies. I think there are 3 ladies in here. There are smalls. I'm just not sure where I want to start, but I'm going to decide that before I put the book away and put it in with my my book of charts, so that I know that I'm going to get to it sooner rather than later. So that is Across Stitches Oriental Odyssey by Joan Elliott. Now, I placed an order with Fat Quarter Shop, and so I bought a chart. And it is Happy Christmas by the Prairie Schooler. Let me tell you guys, this is not even on my wish list. It's not even on my wish list. But it was another instance of, don't you want this? Don't you want this before you check out? Wouldn't you like this too? And I'm like, yes, I do. I do want it. Because you guys, I don't know, if you've been with me for a while, you will know that I consider myself a Christmas stitcher. When I started doing Flosstubes, my intent was to stitch Christmas all year long. Okay, so it's changed and it's morphed. Because you guys are such great enablers, you know, and I'm not complaining, but Christmas will always be the first thing that I gravitate towards. So I'm really happy with that chart as well. And then we have some new stitch-alongs coming up, okay? One of them is with the Fat Quarter Shop, and I showed you guys my basket, but I have a box here as well, okay? So let me see, where do I begin? Okay, I showed you guys the Kaleidoscope book by Backwater Shop with Lori Holt from Be In My Bonnet. I showed you this in the last video. And I showed you the cross-stitch chart that is also in this book that has several different colorways that you could choose from. And of course, you could choose your own colorway. You know, you need 3 colors. All right. And so this stitch along, they're going to, Backwater Shop is going to announce all of the details for the stitch along on July 25th on their YouTube channel. Okay. So I'm all set and ready now. I'm going to be using 16 count white Aida, and I'm going to show you guys the colors that I chose. Okay. I'm kind of not completely sure. Not completely sure. But this is kind of the way I want to go. I'm sorry for the crinkle. I want to take it out of the little envelope so that you could see it a little bit better. Now, if you remember, I was so fortunate to receive some Leo and Roxy floss directly from Caroline at Off the Grid Needle Arts. This is called Vixen. Of all of the shades that Caroline has shared with us, this is my absolute favorite. So I knew immediately with the kaleidoscope that I needed to work this in. I have to tell you guys, I'm really on a black and white kick. Meaning, okay. So during the whole pandemic lockdown situation, you know, you're watching various news correspondents or what have you, and they very often are sitting in a room where, you know, the furnishings are like black and white with just like a pop of color. So I'm like, you know what? This is so appealing to me. Like I could, half the time I couldn't even pay attention to what they were talking about because I was just so soothed by that color palette. Just the black and white with pops of color. I have a feeling that a lot of my stitching is going to start taking that direction. I'm already imagining framing a lot of my pieces with either a black or white frame. So there had to be black. Again, back to the why I need a cone of black floss. So those 2 colors. But then I thought, well, what do I put with it? And of course, you guys know that my favorite color is pink. So I chose a pink to go with it. Now, I am on the fence. I am totally on the fence about this. But I thought that I would at least start with this. And if I don't like it, I can always change it to something else. I also need to go ahead and invest in the DMC color card with the actual floss so that I will have a little bit easier time choosing a floss to substitute or to use in my stitching. And you guys know I am really a DMC girl. I am proud of that. I love this Leo and Roxy floss. I have also stitched with color and cotton, which I love. But I will almost always revert to DMC. You might be able to see, I don't know if you can see it. I have my little DMC sticker up there. So I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence about this, but I thought I might give it a try. If you guys have any suggestions, please feel free to tell me. This this pink color is number 605, which seems to be the pink that I gravitate towards if I'm gonna, you know, go ahead and put pink in my stitching. So let me know what you guys think, if you have any ideas. Keep in mind, I'm not really a green. Here we go, right? I'm gonna limit you now. I'm not really a green or a blue person. So that's what I have for that. And stick around because I have some stuff for you guys also. Then the next stitch along that I want to tell you about, I'm very excited about. And it is the Bats and Booze Mystery Stitch Along by Fat Quarter Shop. It's going to start in August. I think it's August 2nd. The pattern is free on the Fat Quarter Shop website. All right. I'm going to be using all of the called for items, which is, I don't know. Just a second. Maybe not. Okay. I got a lot of stuff in this box, y'all. Is it this one? I think it's the Icelandic Gray. I'm pretty sure it's the 14 count Ada in Icelandic Gray. And I should just be a little more organized, but you know, what are you gonna do, right? Hold on. Let's go. Okay. With the DMC thread pack. Okay. And we have these cute little floss bitties. Again, guys, I want to put my floss on here, I think, but I'm just not sure how to handle it once I'm done with the project. Okay, so that's what I'm using. Okay, stick around. I have more. I have more for you. Okay. So that is Bats and Boots. That's going to start August 2nd, I think. The pattern is free, and it's a mystery stitch along. Okay. Now, I've been talking a lot. I think I always talk a lot about DMC. And so DMC kind of reached out and sent me that cute sticker. And they also sent me to share with you this. My stuff's gonna fall. Don't fall. Okay, hold on. Okay, that's on the floor. I'll get it in a second. So what DMC said to me is the gift of mindfulness from the launch of their mindful making range. And so they sent me one of their mindful making kits, which has been specifically designed to help users unwind from everyday stressors. So here it is, and it is a crochet kit. And it is for you to make these mandala coasters. It's a mandala coasters crochet kit. And here it is. Now, let me show it to you this way. And it comes with these 4 skeins of yarn, a hook, a needle, some stitch markers. It's all included in this package, and I leave a link to DMC below. It's all included in this package, and you make these coasters. I hope you can see them. Now, I am not absolutely certain that I'm going to make these coasters. So this may wind up in a giveaway. I'm not sure, but I'm going to put it aside until I make a decision on that. But I did want to share this with you guys to let you know that you can go onto DMC site and you can find these new mindful making kits. Of course, they've got your DMC floss. They've got some yarn and free charts, guys. Free charts on the DMC website. So that is all of my haul. That's a lot. That was a lot. Now we're going to move into giveaways for this week. There were 2 from last time that I never heard from the winners, so I'm giving them away still. And the first one is Fresh Cut, which is part of Backwater Shop Stitch Quarterly. If you're interested in winning Fresh Cut, please use the word fresh anywhere in your comment. Please be over the age of 18 so that you can legally give me your mailing address. Don't use the word giveaway or anything like that in the comments. And once I have announced that you've won the giveaway, if you would email me to let me know what that information is, I'll be able to get it out to you. So the first one, as I said, is Fresh Cut. Just use the word fresh anywhere in your comments if you're interested in this one. The next one is Peppermint Lane. And this is also a Backwater Shop chart. If you're interested in winning Peppermint Lane, just use the word peppermint anywhere in your comment. And I hope you win. All the same rules apply, guys. What else do I have? I know I have more. Okay. So, Kaleidoscope. I am offering to a lucky winner the Kaleidoscope book, which contains the Kaleidoscope cross stitch chart, and that's the only place you can get the chart from, along with the okay, with the DMC thread pack. I'm gonna bend over, hold on. I'm giving you the Kaleidoscope Floss Keeper, right? And the fabric, which is 14 count Ada by Fabric Flair, antique white fabric, 14 count Ada from Fabric Flair. Okay, and I do believe that that is the package for, that's the package for Kaleidoscope. If you're interested in winning the Kaleidoscope package, just use the word book anywhere in your comments and you will be entered. I think this is a great package, guys. I may throw something else in that I'm thinking about, so. That, just use the word book. And, of course, I want you to stitch bats and boos with me. So, I am giving away, don't forget, it's a free pattern on the Backwater Shop site. So, all you have to do is just go on there and download the pattern for free. It's a mystery stitch along. So, I'm going to give you the fabric, which is 14 count Icelandic gray Ada. I'm going to give you the floss bitties. I'm going to give you the floss pack. I'm going to give you this really cute enamel keychain charm. Look at it. It's a ghost. You see that? How cute is that? I love it. I'm going to give you a pumpkin needle minder. Okay? And I'm going to give you a project bag. I'm not going to open it up, but you can see it says Halloween. And up top it's got a bat. Okay, all of that. And if you're interested in the Bats and Booze package, just use the word bats anywhere in your comment, because the bats are my favorite. Love them. Bats are my favorite. So, the 4 words again: fresh, peppermint, book, or bats. Okay? And there you have it. Any of that could be yours. You can enter for all of them, and you can win one. How good is that? Okay. So now I'm going to move into shout outs. I've got another under 1,000 subs club member who is Christy's Corner. Now, I was kind of amazed that I had never come across Christy's Corner before. I was kind of amazed that she doesn't have 1,000 subscribers. She does needle felting, embroidery. She's working on her first full coverage piece. She's got great energy. And she actually produces cross-stitch charts and patterns and sells them on Etsy. And she's planning her wedding, which the details you have to go watch. It's great. And she is a professor writing a book. All of this in a video. And I'm like, yeah, I want to know more. So I will link all of Christy's information below. And please do go and give her a look. See if you like her. And go ahead and subscribe. Now, announcements. I may not be back in 2 weeks. I'm not absolutely certain. My daughter is scheduled for a medical procedure. It's nothing major, but I do need to be there with her. So I will be back as soon as I possibly can after that. And I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on. What are my plans coming up? I am going to continue to work on the Christmas Eve sampler for 3 more days. I'm going to get started on these stitch-alongs. I need to figure out what my new start is going to be for the month of August. And that is about all I'll be really up to. Of course, once I am done with Christmas Eve sampler for the next 3 days, I get to spin the wheel to figure out what whip I get to work on next. Don't forget to join the Facebook group, Black Ribbon Stitch Studio. I try to, share information, and I love seeing what you guys are working on over there. You can follow me on Instagram at DesignMorris1. And thank you guys for buying me a coffee, which I use to help offset the cost of shipping, because I love doing giveaways and I don't want to be challenged or held back in any way from giving you guys what it is I think you deserve for hanging in here with me and watching each and every time. And so I'm going to leave you with some words of inspiration. You never know what light you may spark in others just through your kindness and your example. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Thank you so much to everyone who shares my videos. And if you have not yet subscribed, which means, I must say here, because there are funny things going on with subscriptions on YouTube right now. If your subscribe button is red, that means you have not yet subscribed. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell if you want to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. And now, more than ever, remember to love. Bye.